Okay guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Isa pong malaking kumpanya, employer ng marami nating kababayan, I know. Itong kumpanyang ito, ang dami ng nakuhang mga Pilipino bilang TFW, tapos itong mga TFW na ito, gumanda na ang buhay dito sa Canada. Many have transitioned into permanent residents, citizens. So definitely maraming natulungan ang Tim Hortons no sa mga kababayan nating nangangarap mag-Canada. Now, may balita, big news about this company. Naglabas po sila ng press release saying basically na babawasan na nila ang kanilang reliance on temporary foreign workers. That is big news, hindi lang actually sa community natin, ano? Dahil again, actually, I think, no, Kuya Puto, this employer is one of the most or the biggest, ano ba, na mga kumukuha ng mga TFW. Diba? I think you've observed this. Welcome back, Kuya Puto. It's been a while.
Hello.
Okay. Si Kuya Puto, I actually invited him because, by the way, syempre, di ba may vlog din siya. A while back, I distinctly remember you talked about how Tim Hortons for you has really parang nagbago siya over recent years because of I guess the type of workers, as you mentioned, no, that it's been hiring recently. Tama ba, Kuya Puto? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, malaking pinagbabago kumpara dati versus today. And,
Paano?
well, yung service, bumagsak. Yung quality ng produkto nila, bumagsak din. As in, halos lahat ng aspects of the business bumagsak, pera lang dun sa profitability nila.
Right.
Parang feel ko, and I'm pretty sure hindi lang ako, maraming Canadians din, right? Yung focus nila naging hindi na sa tao, hindi na sa produkto eh. It's down to the bottom line. So kung saan sila makakagawa ng pinakamataas na revenue every quarter.
Yeah.
And secondary na lang yung service tsaka yung produkto.
Yeah. Are you one of those people, Kuya Puto? Kasi you are right, no? Ang dami kong nakikita mga ganitong comments on social media. Somewhat criticizing the company, Tim's, for only, yan ang sinasabi nila, ano ba yan? Puro TFW na lang ang hinahire, number one. Tapos number two, tulad nung sinabi mo, feeling daw ng maraming Canadians, it's just not the same anymore. Do you think it really has to do with the workers?
Partly, hindi naman lahat kasi kasalanan
Ako din,
ng
no? Hindi naman siguro, no, na yun lang. Oo.
Dahil, lahat naman tayo kailangan natin ng trabaho, lahat naman tayo kailangan maghanap ng kabuhayan, di ba? So, hindi ko mabe-blame yung mga karamihan na nagtatrabaho sa Tim Hortons ngayon because nung bata ako, ganun din eh. Wala rin kami mga experience. So, kailangan mag-umpisa kami, at the bottom, right? Or not at the bottom, but we have to start somewhere.
Right.
So, if there's somebody to blame, sa opinion ko lang, it's the process. It's management, upper management. Right. Dahil sila yung nagde-decision kung sino i-hire and paano silang ite-training, di ba?
Yeah, correct.
So, dahil sa trabaho ko dati ganun din, right? That we hire a lot of people sa casino. When you're not selective about who you hire, kung hindi sila fit para doon sa trabaho, you move to a different candidate, right? Hindi mo i-invite lahat. Because certain people have certain skill set na match para dun sa position na yon. And napansin ko sa Tim Hortons, kahit sino, kung saan sila makakatipid. Yun ang napansin ko.
Okay.
Wala akong alam masyado about the inner workings of like their employment strategies, pero marami ako nababasa sa internet. Sinasabi nila, kaya ginagawa nila yan because merong subsidy na nakukuha yung mga franchise owners. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on
this. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. Marami ako nababasang ganun. Marami ako napapanood na ganun sa YouTube and on social media na pag TFW ang ang hinahire nila for those frontline positions, there's a subsidy na kasama. So in essence, at the end of the day, it affects your bottom line dahil mas mura yung employment package.
All right.
So, I don't know, don't quote me, but
Yeah.
nababasa ko yun ang naririnig ko sa social media.
Right. And of course, Kuya Puto is speaking as a customer ng Teams, who by the way, actually, sabi mo sa akin, you sort of stopped visiting Teams na. Kailan pa? Grabe ka naman. Ako nati-Teams pa rin ako, no? Pero
Yeah.
ikaw, Kuya Puto, not anymore?
Hindi na. Matagal na. Maybe 2 taon na, 3 taon na, mga ganun.
Wow.
Yeah. Dahil napansin ko kasi, sa akin lang to, pag pumasok ako sa establishment, sa business, like restaurant, bago ako umorder ng pagkain, titignan ko muna yung surroundings ko. Malinis ba? Number 1, hinahanap ko yun. Pag pumasok ako sa banyo, malinis ba? Because, that's a reflection of the product and the service na makukuha mo.
Right.
Like kami ni Mrs., madalas kaming kumain sa labas, kaya ang taba-taba namin. And usually, pag pumasok ako sa restaurant or any kind of, food establishment, first thing I look at, surroundings. Second, bathroom. Pag madumi, either or, we move to another place.
Right.
And sa Tim Hortons, napansin ko, karamihan dito sa lugar namin, and Toronto is notorious, like the GTA, medyo, it's not as clean as they used to be.
All right. Okay.
So parang nakakadismaya because kung madumi yung surroundings, madumi yung restaurant nila, more than likely, it will probably reflect yung service tsaka yung produkto, which is the pagkain, right? And I know, meron ako nasabi dati, it doesn't apply to Chinese restaurants. Okay? Dahil sa Chinese restaurant, mas dugyot, mas masarap, mas mura.
Ikaw talaga kaya.
Ito yan.
Ako naman, Kuya Puto, I think it's really dependent sa location din. At sa bawat branch, okay,
Yes.
I still go to Tim's, and in fairness naman, syempre, there are locations dito sa area namin, na malilinis at wala akong issue naman. So I think though, but I agree, not all branches are the same. Right?
Yeah.
Not all branches are the same. Tsaka ang sasabihin ko lang dyan, ako naniniwala ako syempre, kung ang empleyado niyan, mga Pilipino, malilinis yan. Yun lang ang sure ako dyan dahil magaling tayo sa mga ganyang bagay, diba? Keeping everything hygienic, yung work processing mo, mabibilis kumilos sa mga Pilipino din sa service, yung mga ganyan, diba? Doon na lang. Ngayon,
the quality of service napansin ko talagang bumagsak. Okay? And wala naman akong pakialam kasi kung hindi diretso yung English mo. Dahil, we come from many different places, right? Di naman lahat hasang-hasa sa English, di ba? Basta, you're able to communicate. You're able to get my order tama, di ba? Karamihan ng beses ngayon, pag pumasok ka sa Tim Hortons or a Burger King, okay, dahil Tim Hortons at Burger King, laging magkatabi yun.
Magkatabi.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
60% of the time, mali yung order ko. Dahil,
no.
there's a communication gap between, the customer and the employee, di ba? And hindi ko mabe-blame yung employee, but yung management na nag-train sa kanila.
Right.
Yung unang dapat, the focus should be on them.
Okay. Sige. Pag-usapan na muna natin itong mangyayari sa hiring process ngayon ng Teams. Let me show you guys one of the many news articles that came out today about this topic. Tignan nyo ito. This is from the Toronto Star, saying that, ito na, headline, Tim Hortons plans to reduce reliance on temporary foreign workers at magre-recruit daw sila, plano nila, ng 10,000 local workers in Canada. Okay, let's go to the press release mismo, straight from Tim Hortons official website. Yan. Ito po ang kino-quote ng mga news articles. This is from timhortons.ca. Yan. So, sinasabi nga, they are committed to local hiring. Okay, and now they are launching a national campaign to hire 10,000 local team members. And in their press release, they are highlighting. Hindi naman bingi itong teams sa mga criticisms sa kanila, no? That's why I'm not surprised they are highlighting this also. Sabi, currently, out of the 110,000 na empleyado nila, 4,000 daw were hired through the TFW program. A number that has declined steadily since 2024. So ang sinasabi, napakaliit na porsyento lang daw ng kanilang workforce ang galing sa mga TFWs. Okay? At ngayon, they acknowledge that times have changed. Hindi na raw ngayon panahon ng pandemic. Kasi ang sabi nila dito, saan na ba yun? Nung panahon daw ng pandemic, aminado naman ng teams na isa sila sa mga nanawagan sa gobyerno na hayaan yung mga negosyante, employers na mag-hire ng mas maraming TFWs to assist them. Kasi nga nagkaroon ng pandemic, nagkaroon ng labor shortages. Ayan o, sabi dito, Tim Hortons was one of the companies encouraging the government to do so. Yun nga yung pag-hire ng TFWs. At that time, to help restaurants facing staffing challenges and lobbied them to maintain greater access when they announced plans to limit yung applications. Pero ito na ang sabi. However, today in 2026, with high youth unemployment nationally, lobbying for expanded access is no longer necessary. Yan. Sabi, in fact, yung restaurants daw nila, yung paggamit ng TFW program has already declined steadily since 2024. And we will continue, sabi dito, to work within the labor frameworks the federal and provincial governments decide are best for Canada. O, yun. Tapos, sinistress muli. 3.6% daw lamang ng kanilang restaurant roles ay napunta sa mga TFW. Okay. I think yung bigger issue na hina-highlight nila, Kuya Puto, is this is their way of addressing the problem of youth unemployment. Alam mo ko, very familiar ka rin dito because yung anak mo, si Ate Mia. Okay.
Yes.
Nahirapan din makahanap. Did she ever try applying sa TIMS?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Lahat ng frontline jobs na malapit dito sa bahay namin, in-applyan niya. But unfortunately, hindi siya makakuha ng trabaho eh. You know? But what are you gonna do? It is what it is. So going back to that article, Ate Ina, meron bang kaugnayan yan dahil pinabalik napakadaming tao? You know? Kaya bumaba yung number ng TFW employees nila sa Tim Hortons?
Actually, tama yung point mo, no? They are saying that their TFW employees have declined as if it was their intention. Pero I think maaari nga naman, na kaya naman talaga yung nabawasan, no choice sila kasi naghihigpit na, gano'n, di ba?
Dahil, naiintindihan ko from a business standpoint kung bakit nangyari yan. Dahil kung negosyo ka, obviously, you're gonna find ways para ma-streamline. Bumaba yung overhead mo, di ba? Lalo na kung totoo yung nabasa ko tsaka naririnig ko na merong subsidy na kasama yan, why not? So, it's hard to blame the TFWs dahil they're just looking for ways para mabuhay, di ba?
Correct.
Tsaka yung mga frontline positions na yan, I don't want to call it survival jobs, but a lot of people would consider them as survival jobs, right? Or
entry-level jobs.
Entry-level jobs para sa mga bata, right? And, kami, naapektuhan kami dahil yung bunso namin di makahanap ng trabaho. But it's hard to blame the people that are currently working there dahil, naghahanap lang sila ng kabuhayan, like an honest living, right?
Right.
So, if there's somebody to blame, sa akin lang to, it's the higher-ups.
It's the higher-ups. It's the system.
It's the system, yeah. It's the system. Dahil nangyari kasi, upper management, franchise owners, ito yung rules sa system, di ba? They just found ways to manipulate it so they could take advantage of it. That's all it is. They're just playing within the system.
Right. Kaya nga hindi ko rin masyado gusto yung minsan debate going on in the comment section, yung mga ganyan na, paano kung hindi magha-hire ng mga TFW ang mga hindi lang Teams 'no, kung sino mang mga malalaking kumpanya.
Mm.
Keso daw, ito yung I'm sure narinig mo 'to, Kuya Puto. Tamad naman yung mga bata pumasok, hindi naman sila magagaling, okey? Mas masisipag ang mga foreign workers, mas magagaling sa trabaho, hindi yan mag-a-absent kahit may sakit yan, ganyan, ganyan. Sa totoo lang, I mean, I would not doubt it siguro
I
kasi
agree.
iba
I
ang
agree.
drive ng mga foreign workers to
Dahil ganito
actually
kasi yan, Ate Ina. I
oo,
mean, kung yung mga kabataan dito sa Canada, the majority, not all, but the majority is comfortable.
right,
DFW, meron silang obligasyon karamihan ng beses.
right.
So sino magtatrabaho na mas maigi? Sino magfo-focus ng sobra? Somebody who's comfortable, like yung mga kabataan dito, or somebody na merong obligasyon talaga?
Yeah.
So it's ganito yan eh. So I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, no, but what I'm trying to say, Kuya Puto, is, sa totoo lang, I don't think the discussion should be centered on that. It's not about whether or not who is the better, mas masipag na employee or worker. The question is whether yung system na pinag-uusapan natin, yung policy is maybe unintentionally naaapektuhan yung mga bata na sumusubok pumasok sa entry-level position.
Absolutely.
Parang ganun,
Absolutely.
the debate should not be focused on sino ang mas okay na ano, saan mas makakatipid. Kasi remember, even the TFW program's main intention, isa po sa priorities niyan, bago ka mag-hire ng TFW, unahin mo yung mga
Local.
taga dito. Yun mismo, the program
Yes.
itself is strict on that. Now, there's, I think, a problem with enforcement kasi hindi na-enforce ng mabuti yung, kumbaga, yung provision na yun.
I think what it needs, sa akin lang, I think the system needs reform. It needs reform. Dahil ngayon, medyo baluktot eh. There's a lot of loopholes, di ba?
Right.
Dahil yung mga negosyante, yung mga franchise owners, they're constantly looking for ways to streamline and makatipid sa overhead.
Correct,
Diba?
correct.
And kung makakita sila ng sulot, guess what? You know, if it's not against the law, or if it's like within but not quite above the threshold of the law, gagawin nila yon.
Exactly.
And can you blame them? You know, it's the system that's broken.
Exactly. Tama. Exactly. Yun na nga yun, ano. But let's see, I think changes naman talaga. Nag-umpisa na actually, Kuya Puto. I think yung TFW program, supposedly, no, naghihigpit na rin. Meron silang mga nilabas na bagong guidelines dyan na, kumbaga, kailangan mas makita nila daw na yung mga employers talagang nag-effort mag-hire, lalo na ng youth workers. Merong ganyang guidelines a few months ago eh.
Pero
what I think happened nga, no? Sorry, Kuya Puto, the policy unintentionally incentivized the hiring of foreign workers na nakalimutan na ang gobyerno ng Canada, it also has a responsibility to protect and ensure that its young workers are able still to enter, to get entry-level jobs. Regardless kung sila ay masipag o tamad. Walang discrimination sa aspetong yun eh.
See, it's good that you mentioned that word, discrimination. Because, I don't know, yung issue na discrimination, pwedeng lumabas yan eh. Because now, sinasabi ng bagong mandate na kailangan i-prefer yung locals first bago sa TFW. So, you know, that word discrimination, because of that mandate might come up. Sa akin lang kasi, okay, I'm gonna go back dun sa trabaho ko dati. Right. Because dami kaming empleyado, di ba? And best hiring practice is to hire somebody that's best suited for that job. Imbis whether kung TFW ka, whether kung local ka, it doesn't matter kung ano status mo, basta legal ka magtrabaho, and your skill set agrees with the position that you are applying for. Dapat ganon. Hindi
Mhm.
porke local, hindi porke TFW. You have to give it to the best candidate possible for yung position na yon. Dapat
Mhm.
ganon. Kung ganun yung practice nila mula pa nung dati, kung tinuloy nila yon, because that's how it was nung araw, right? Kung tinuloy nila yon, we would not have this problem right now.
Right. Kumbaga dati ba, Kuya Puto, nung hindi pa sila nag-ha-hire ng gano'ng karaming PFWs, yung mga bata ba noon, ibig mo sabihin mas masisipag kaysa sa mga bata
Well,
ngayon?
no.
I don't think they had any problems before, right?
Not necessarily. Dahil nung bata ako, lahat ng kaklase ko sa high school, either McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Wendy's, Burger King, lahat ng frontline jobs, yun sila nagtatrabaho.
Yeah.
And usually, alam naman natin ito lahat, yung mga kabataan, hindi naman sila perfecto. They're still learning. Di ba?
Yeah.
Proseso yan eh. So, some are dependable, but most are not.
Right.
So, merong learning curve yan, right? But then, kung di mo sila bibigyan ng opportunity, paano sila matututo?
Exactly.
Karamihan ng kabataan dito sa Canada, doon sila nag-umpisa sa mga Tim Hortons, sa McDonald's, sa Burger King, sa Wendy's, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right. Tsaka even naman for TFWs, hindi naman lahat pantay-pantay ang pagiging hardworking, di ba? Let's be real, hindi rin naman sila pantay-pantay. Well, anyway, but definitely, maraming maapektuhan dito, lalo na sa mga kababayan nating naghahanap ng mga lamia. So, teams, guys, mukhang out na muna sila. Sila na mismo nagsabi, Basically, they will cut back on hiring foreign workers and focus on locals. Yan, youth employment daw. Ang gusto nilang solusyonan.
Just one piece of advice.
Go.
It's mga TFWs. Tim Hortons is not the only employer dito sa Canada.
Yes, of course.
Okay? Napakadaming employers dyan. You never know. You might get a position somewhere na hindi mo alam, nandyan pala, and it's a lot better than like a Tim Hortons position. So expand your mindset, expand your horizon. Diba? Sinasabi nga, wag porque ang nabing Pilipino nagtatrabaho sa Tim Hortons doesn't mean doon ka rin pupunta. Tignan mo kung look at your skill set. Tignan mo kung saan babagay yung skill set mo. You never know. It might be several levels up from a Tim Hortons position.
Yeah. Malay mo, ito pa yung mag-push sa'yo na makaland ng mas magandang work, no?
Right? Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Kuya Puto, it was fun discussing this topic with you. Thank you so much for sharing itong mga experience mo sa Teams. I wonder if baka merong ibang mga kasing laking kumpanya who might follow suit. That's not impossible, di ba?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Speaking of Dunkin' Donuts, kasi nga, sabi ko kay Kuya Puto, some are saying, nako, baka dahil sa Dunkin' daw ito. Kasi guys, magbabalik daw muli ang Dunkin's dito sa Canada. Ako, I've never seen nga naman since I arrived here 5-6 years ago. Tapos si Kuya Puto rin, you don't remember?
No, tandaan ko nung araw, nakikita ko, Coffee Time, country-style donuts, second cup, medyo mahal, yun yung Starbucks dati, right? Tim Hortons. Pero hindi ako nakakita ng Dunkin' Donuts nung bata ako.
I see. Yeah. Ang sabi ng iba, dahil daw mukhang magpaparamdam ngayon ng Dunkin' dito, kaya daw baka ginawa to ng Teams kasi baka magsilipatan dun sa Dunkin' ng kanilang customers. I don't know. But anyway, sige, that is it for this episode. Again, Kuya Puto, thank you so much. We'll end this episode here. Bye, everybody!